It's the test of a rocker's ego. Now, it's a question we ask a lot of people. I call it the dentist's office question or the doctor's office question. So it's not just ego. Sometimes it's good conversation. Look at it this way. Someone looks at you in the doctor's office and asks, what do you do? What if you're a rock and roller who's had many hits on the radio? Do you go there? You don't have time. You're probably going to get called to the doctor any second. What do you do? I'm a musician. Would you have done anything I might know? And then anything goes. The conversation can go long. And again, I want to point out that there's nothing wrong with saying, well, I used to be in the band, in this case, Heart. But for some artists, it is a test of ego. We asked the guys in Heart. What do you say if you're at the dentist's office and someone says, hey, bud, what do you do for a living? Do you go there? Because that could be a long conversation. Because if you say you're a musician, the next question is, well, do you know of any stuff that have you done any stuff that I would know?
Yeah. Yeah, that's how I started off. I say, yeah, I'm a musician. I play the bass. And then the next question is, well, what band do you play with? I say, well, right now I play with Heart by Heart. And then they go, Heart by Heart. And if they haven't heard of them, I say, well, yeah, we play, the music of Heart. And they say, and then they go, then I say, and I happen to be the original bass player. And I'm in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And that usually gets them all excited. If you're in the doctor's office and someone turns around and says, what do? Do you go there? Because some people have told me, if I go there, the energy changes in the room or even at a party. But at the same time, it is your job and you're allowed to be proud of it. Because if they say, what do you do? And you say you're a musician, the next question is going to be, have you done anything I know? And that's a long conversation for you.
I generally, I don't take advantage of it, I guess you could say. If somebody gets more specific, if they want to know more details, it kind of depends on the environment. Sometimes you just don't want to get sidetracked. You want to just get through whatever it is you're doing. But if somebody, they're curious and I've got the time, or I think it's going to be fun or whatever to talk about it, I don't mind talking about it. Generally, I just say I'm a musician. I think now, because I'm almost 71, they go, musician, yeah, how does this guy get a gig anywhere? Playing, what do you do? You got like accordions and stuff? Will you play with brushes? What?
Would you tell your younger self anything when you in 67, for instance, if you could tell that kid of who you are anything without changing your, they say you change anything from the past, all hell breaks loose. But let's not think about that. If you could just tell him anything, would you tell him anything, your younger self back then?
Well, I'd just say, you can always work harder. We worked really hard and we tried really hard and we kept our nose to the grindstone. Because we knew if we got involved in too much alcohol, too much drugs, or too much, thinking we were rock stars before we were rock stars, that we wouldn't make it. So we kept focused. And, you can always work harder. You can always try harder, work harder. But things take their own time, and there's a kind of a organic rhythm that happens, and things come together when they're supposed to.
We'll have more from Michael DeRosier, bassist Steve Fossen, guitarist Roger Fisher, and former Heart manager Mike Fisher coming up the next few days. Keep in mind, the Fisher Brothers interview was from 2 years ago. And as we've said before, any of the things that the guys have said about their former bandmates, Ann and Nancy Wilson, well, Ann and Nancy are more than willing to come on the channel and talk about their sides of the story. Remember the 2 Ps if you want to support Rock History Music. You can join our Patreon to get early access to all our videos, or you can simply make a donation via the PayPal links, or buy a t-shirt. All the links are in the description, and all the links for the Heart members and Heart also in the description. I'm John Beaudin. This is Rock History Music.